Hey guys, it's Miss Foley, and today we are going to read a story called Growing Vegetable Soup. How weird is that title? Growing Vegetable Soup. How do you grow vegetable soup? That doesn't really make sense. So, I want you to look closely at the cover of this story. What do you notice on the cover? What is that a picture of? That's right. It's a picture of a tomato. So now we're going to make a prediction. We're going to make our best guess of what we think this story is going to be about. So take a minute and make your prediction. What do you think the story, Growing Vegetable Soup, is going to be about? Your job during the story is to listen carefully. I'm going to be pointing to each word as I read. So here we go. Growing vegetable soup. See my little red pointer? Isn't this cool? I figured out how to do this. Dad says we are going to grow vegetable soup. We're ready to work, and our tools are ready too. What do you see on this page? I see some tools and I see that the tools are labeled. Let's go over here and look. See this tool right here? Red and green. This is called a rake. Can you say rake? We have right here a shovel. Say shovel. And this one is a hoe for digging in the dirt. Let's keep going. We are planting the seeds. Wow, look at this picture. Look at these pages. There are a lot of labels on these pages. And if we read these labels, they're going to give us more information about the pictures. So let's look and read these labels to find out what is it trying to teach us. This one says seed package. So we know in this person's hand, she has a seed package. And right here, all this brown stuff is the soil. Can you say soil? Soil is another word for dirt. And where does she put the seed, the bean? She puts it in the hole. Very nice. All right, now let's skip to this page. This person is wearing a garden glove. She's got her glove on. Now she's got, oh, I see the holes. Let's see what she planted in each hole. Carrot seeds, zucchini squash seeds, corn seeds, pea seeds, and green bean seeds. So they are planting all the different seeds. And all the sprouts. Ooh, let's look at this page. We see tomato, we see broccoli, we see the potato eyes sticking out of the ground. Right here, this is the trowel. It's just kind of like a shovel. These are onions. We have peppers and cabbage. And this is a moss pot. So, what are sprouts? Do you guys know? What is a sprout? It's saying, and all the sprouts. That's right. A sprout is the first part of the plant that sticks up out of the soil. So, this right here, it's not broccoli yet, it's a sprout. Right here, the tomato. Do you see a tomato here? No, it's just the sprout. It's just starting to grow. And giving them water. Ooh, so what's important for plants? What are they doing? Watering. Wow, look at all the plants they have. They have tomato, potato, green bean, carrot, cabbage. This is their watering can. Peppers, zucchini squash, peas, onions, broccoli, corn. And all those little dots they made that look like the water. They have a full garden that they are growing. And waiting for warm sun to make them grow. So they also need the sun. Right here, we see our sun. Now let's see, they're growing a little bit bigger each day with water and some sunshine. So we have our zucchini squash, onions, peppers, potatoes, peas, tomatoes, cabbage, broccoli, green beans. We have a weed. Oh, they got a weed in their garden. Corn and carrots. and grow. They're getting bigger and grow into plants. Wow, look how big they are now. This is the squash blossom right here, zucchini squash. Look at all these plants. Now they've gone from sprouts to big, beautiful plants, and some of them have flowers and big leaves and vines. We watch over them and weed. So right here, this person has a hand grubber. So that's very important to get the weeds out of the garden so they don't hurt your plants. Oh, what else do you see on this plant? A worm. Don't want worms and caterpillars on your plants eating your stuff. Then you're not going to have vegetables until the vegetables are ready for us to pick. What do you see here? The tomato plant is ready, and the corn and the peppers, and they're putting them in the basket. So now they're picking the vegetables off the plants. What is another word that means pick? Do you know? If I said it's time to go out to the garden and pick the plants that are ready, what other word could I use? It starts with an H. It starts with har. Do you know what it is? Harvest. They're harvesting their crops that are ready to eat. So that's another word we could have said. They're ready for us to harvest. Or dig up. Sometimes you got to dig them up. So these are potatoes and carrots because they grow under the ground, not above the ground. See how the carrots grow under the ground? Some of our fruits and some of our vegetables, they grow under the ground and we have to dig them up and carry home. Then we wash them. So now they're taking all their plants and they're bringing them home and cut them and put them in a pot of water. So we got our soup pot and we got our soup ladle and our knife to cut them all up into little pieces. What are they doing? Why would they put them in a pot of water? Huh. Do you remember what this title of this story was called? Growing Vegetable Soup. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe they are making soup. And cook them into vegetable soup. Look at the smell. They put this to show you guys what it smells like. Oh, you can smell all the different vegetables. This is the steam coming out of the pot because it's boiling. So how did they get the vegetables ready for the soup? What did they do to get the vegetables ready? Do you know? Think about it. What did they do to get the vegetables ready? Let's go back and look. They cut them and they put them in a pot of water. They carried them home. They dug them up and they harvested them. And then when they got everything ready, they put it in a pot of soup, made some vegetable soup. At last, it's time to eat it all up. It was the best soup ever. So now they're eating some vegetable soup. And we can grow it again next year. So if we look at this page right here, this gives us a recipe for making vegetable soup. Pretty cool. So this is the steps that they took to make their vegetable soup. Now, I have a question for you. Who were the characters? Who were the characters in this story? That's right. It was the gardener. We don't really know who the gardener was. We don't know if it was a girl or a boy or a mom or a dad. We just know that they had a garden and they were taking their vegetables to make vegetable soup. Where was the setting? Where did the story take place? You're right. The setting did take place a couple different ways. First, they had the setting in the garden. And then at the end of the story, where was the setting when they were eating the soup? Right, in the kitchen or the dining room. Now, what is the main event in this story? What is the point of this story? The main event is making vegetable soup and all the steps that you need to get ready to make vegetable soup. You guys did such an awesome job. Thanks for listening.